Let's talk about lasers. Some are hot, these are not. Hey there everybody, I'm Nate Winter, this is the Technophiles Newscast, and a Japanese research team called Digital Nature Group has released their findings in a study that they've called Fairy Lights in Femtoseconds. Now it's kind of a weird title, but trust me, lasers, cool stuff. So what they've done is they've made a floating plasma display that's interactive. You can touch it. So plasma displays have been built in the past, but typically they use nanosecond lasers, which created plasma that was too hot to touch. Now what Digital Nature Group found is that by using femtosecond lasers, they were able to make plasma that was cool enough to touch. So what in the heck is a femtosecond? Well, a femtosecond is a quadrillionth of a second. That's 1/1,000,000th of a billionth of a second. Honestly, I don't know if that clarification makes a quadrillionth any more fathomable, but what it means for the Japanese researchers is that these lasers emit pulses that last a femtosecond, which is really short. And those really quick pulses is what induces plasma into the air. Femtosecond lasers aren't a super new technology. We've been using them since 1999 for things like LASIK and cataract eye surgery, but these researchers want to take it to a whole new realm. The researchers in Japan were able to create displays of 4,000 and 200,000 dots per second, but all of these displays are really teeny tiny. Some of the images they've showed off that they can produce have ranged from short words. They showed one instance of a little checkbox that got ticked when you pressed it, and even a cute little fairy. So even though these are all really small, the Digital Nature Group has already confirmed that using bigger projectors could scale these up, and they'd be just as functional and safe to touch. These researchers are also working on ways that these fields of plasma can register that they've been interacted with. Now back in episode 38, David talked about a technology that used ultrasound as a way for people to feel holograms. Now I think it just makes sense that someday these two technologies could be used together for some everyday use. So I at least get really excited about these kinds of things coming out so early in development, but now that it's safe enough to touch these plasma holograms, they can just be opened up to design and implementation. So where would you like to see these interactive holograms in your everyday life? You can let us know in these comments below, or tweet it at us at TechnophilesPod. You can also find us on Facebook or iTunes by searching Technophiles, or you can go to our actual website, technophilespodcast.com, where you can watch this show or the Technophiles podcast. Thanks guys, we'll see you next week. Alright guys, it's been fun being on the Newscast. Next week, Crystal Lee Malone makes her debut on the Newscast, and for now, why don't you just check out some of David's old videos. I think he's talking about Mario over here and Samsung see-through trucks. Cool stuff. Alright, thanks again. See ya!